Hey guys, I'm Billy. I am the speech therapist here at the Star Center. I am here with my friend Lindsay. She is the AT specialist at the Star Center. You all get to meet her in a little while. Today we're going to talk about some high-tech AAC devices and some different modes of accessibility and different ways to use them to communicate. So I hope you enjoy it. So the first app we're going to talk about is LAMP Words for Life. LAMP stands for Language Acquisition Through Motor Planning. And we're going to talk about motor planning a little more. This is what the app looks like in its full version. So you would touch a word and it's going to open and expand into other options. You can see their folders that open up into different things.
Help.
Now, if this is too overwhelming for the client, we can always break this down and work on just a few words. LAMP is also set up so that we can start with just one hit, so the buttons don't open up, it just speaks what you say or what you see on the screen. And there are pros and cons that the speech therapist looks at when doing an assessment to determine if this is the right, to determine if this is the right program for the client. So transition is going to open up, but you see I don't have all of my folders up here for Mexican, Italian, dairy. So we're working through levels. You can give the client this many words, or in the transition level, this many words. Or in the full version, there's somewhere between 7,000 and 10,000 words. Root. So I mentioned that this is based on motor planning. So the basis for LAMP is that the core words never move. So like this little green man that says R, he's always going to be the main verb. So if I want to eat, if I want to sleep, if I wanted to read. Nouns are going to be up here in the orange. So again, food, furniture, book. And so they're all kind of set up. There is a motor plan. So I always know that 3 over and 3 down is here. Nouns are here. And so people that use this program, they just learn where these words are, so that even if you took the pictures away, their finger still knows where to go because their brain has built a motor plan for that. So this app is called Snap Core First. It is developed by Toby Donavox. So you're gonna see, right now you can only see 6 words. This can be changed based on the client's need. So we can have one very large button, and then we can have all the way up to an 8x10 board, which would look like this. So the bigger the board gets, the more options for words you have.
I want. Go.
Home. Toby Donavox, the way that Snap Core First is set up, you have folders and topics. So quick fires is going to be set up for things that you say all the time. If your favorite phrase is "what's up," this would be a place to store that. Topics is set up in alphabetical order and covers everything from all about me to presentations, snacks, toy play, zoo. So you would pick one. These are words or phrases that you could use for playing with a puzzle. The theory behind this is that if they're already set up and you have access to them, it's less work on the parent or caregiver to have to set things up. There are descriptive words. Little words are going to be like a and, the, are, by, Descriptive words are going to be like your colors, all, some, more, short. Okay, so this app that we're going to talk about next is called Proloquo to Go. If you're working in a school system, you're going to see a lot of Proloquo to Go. It was designed for children with autism. The pictures, children with autism tend to respond really well to these pictures. So Proloquo to Go is set up a lot like some of the other apps. It has folders. So anything that has this little hump that looks like a manila folder, it will
I want
open up to give you more options.
goldfish crackers. I want goldfish crackers.
And then you would go back to your home page. So we have food, drinks, home, school, news. This one too can be modified to change this grid size. So if that were too many buttons for your client, we can go to something like this.
I want
So then I want would open up here.
cookie. I want cookie.
Now that we have seen some of the apps that we can use for communication, I want to talk a little bit more about personalizing. So if we go back to Lamp Words for Life and I open up all, you can see family, mom, and you see all these white boxes that are empty. This can be personalized so that I can put a picture of my client's mom. If their favorite food is cherry covered pretzels, I have a pretzel but not a cherry covered pretzel, so I could go in and add that. You can add real pictures, or they also have pictures for you to choose from. And all of these apps work basically the same in that they can be personalized.
C.
So if I don't like this picture for C, I can just click on it and it will give me some different options. And I'll just tell it I'm done. And now we have C. Now that we looked at some of the apps and how to modify them, I wanted to talk a little bit about device selection and access. So you're seeing this is an iPad Pro. It's my giant iPad and I love it. It's my favorite. I use it for a lot of my evaluations just because it has multiple apps on it and it's very easy for me to flip from one to the other to kind of trial what works best for a client. When we're talking about access methods, direct select is what we call it when a client can reach up and touch.
Strawberry.
There are all sorts of types of access modes. One of them is called scanning, and you'll see this screen is highlighting. This is scanning. There are different modes to scanning. I can switch it and make it scan horizontally. To make this work, I would actually need two switches, and I know Miss Kim Lilly talked to you all about some more low-tech switch type things. So we would Bluetooth them either to the device or the iPad, and if I wanted the word C, I would have to wait for it to get there, touch my switch, and then it would start scanning each word, and I would hit my switch again for it to say C. All of the apps will work with direct selection, switch access. We also have a nice head mouse that Lindsay's going to demo for you later. We have an eye gaze device that we're going to demo for you. But before we do that, I wanted to talk about access, even for our clients who can direct select. But these buttons, are kind of small. And if I'm going, let's just say I wanted don't
Slide.
I wanted to say don't slide, but I have a child with Down syndrome and low tone. And if we've been working for 30 minutes and he's really tired, when he goes from don't to slide, his finger might hit the wrong button. So to stop that, we have key guards, and they just pop on this device. So that, whoops. Oh, that's because I have it on backwards. Even professionals make mistakes. So now if I'm going from don't, slide, I can't hit anything wrong because this hole is cut out and I have to really put a finger in there.
Slide.
All of these devices, they're also set up for access, for visually impaired, for blind. These key guards can have tactile cues on them for clients that have trouble seeing. I'm going to show you, hopefully I can do it with the key guard on here. Yep. So it's the same version of the software I've been working on, but it's for visually impaired. So it's going to be high contrast. All of the devices come in different sizes. This particular device comes in an 8, 10, and 14-inch screen. This is a 14-inch screen. A smaller device would look more like this one. We also can get apps on iPads, so either a mini iPad, a regular iPad, an iPad Pro. All of that is really going to depend on client ability, what the client wants. There are some apps that we can put on cell phones. It's very limited, but it's getting better as technology advances. So all of those things are considerations that we have to think about for each specific client and each need. For your clients that use switches, we have pedal switches that can be used with feet. All sorts of switches, round, big, small. They can be stuck to wheelchairs, normal chairs, headrests. We've got clients that can access communication from all sorts of methods. Okay, so I mentioned when we were talking about access methods, eye gaze. This is our device that we keep on hand that has eye gaze. Lamp Words for Life, the company that produces that, PRC, they have their own devices and their own eye gaze model. This one is Tobii Dynavox, so the app that you've already seen, Snap Core First, we're going to see it again. We're going to see it on this device that utilizes eye gaze. So I'm going to scoot over here in front. Okay, so that is Windows Control. It will work everything on the desktop and most of the apps. I'm going to open up the Snap Core first, and you'll see it's a little different. I don't have to open up all of the controls. So on Windows Control, you saw when I looked at something, it opened up some other controls for me to double click, single click. Once you get into your communication apps, it is a little different. So, hang on. So this is the control I opened up. There's double click, single click, right click. This one will move whatever I'm looking at a little closer so I can get more specific. You can click and drag. You can pull up a keyboard. Let me see if I froze it. Nope. So this is Snap Core First that you've already seen. You will see a little red circle that's going to highlight whatever I'm looking at for you, so you'll be able to track what I'm looking at.
U.
That's not what I wanted.
N. N.
So I'm going to run a calibration thing because it's not really looking at what I want it to. Calibrate just helps the device learn your eyes and what your eyes do. And all I'm doing is just following the little dot, just looking. Close enough. Let's see if this works a little better.
I.
Much better.
I. Want. Chips. And. Cheese. Dip. I want chips and cheese dip.
Yay! We put together a whole sentence. You could see those words popping up there. That's because it's a sentence I use a lot. This keyboard is set up to do word prediction. So even though I had I want, we could have started typing.
H. E. L.
And so your words will keep building.
Help.
Help is what I was looking for.
Help.
Okay, so we're going to talk now about a head mouse, which can also be used to operate a device without direct selection. So a head mouse, like the Nano, is what we're using. We've attached it to the iPad. It can be used with these little dots on a multitude of surfaces. Directly on your forehead. We have them on a pair of glasses. You put on a hat. Anything that would be right around your forehead. So we're going to demonstrate Jabberwocky, which can also be used on the newer iDevices that have facial recognition, kind of like the eye gaze. I'm going to put one of these on my own glasses because I can't see the screen otherwise. They're sticky. They're really sticky. Okay. So, as you can see, it comes up with a cursor that is checking on your timing. We go into the communications folder. So now we're in. It'll do prediction. You can choose.
This is how to use the head mouse.
As you can see, it takes a lot of head and neck control. And it isn't ideal if you don't have that control. But that is how you would make the head mouse work. To do it, you would need the access button on the screen also. And that's it. So this demonstration is over the spoken content feature that is built into iOS systems. We're doing this on an iPad Pro. It can be found under Settings, under the Accessibility features. As you can see, it's listed under Vision. However, in assistive technology, we tend to use whatever works for different things. So this covers a multitude, including vision, AAC, and dyslexia. So if you click on the Spoken Content tab and go into there, you can toggle on the speech selection. From there, the user can close out of Settings and open up Notes. It could type a sentence. This sentence can be selected, and the menu pops up with cut, copy, paste, just like you normally see. But now that speech selection is on, a speak button has been added to this menu, and when it is pressed,
Hi, my name is Lindsay.
the sentence is read. Spelling is not necessarily an issue for this because it will read some phonetic type spellings. Take the word elephant, for example. We could type that out. And select it. It's obviously misspelled, but it can be selected. And press speak.
Elephant.
It read the word. So this option may not be ideal for communicating all the time, and it's definitely not going to work for all clients. However, it does work, and especially in a pinch, it gives someone a way to speak and have their voice. So that's speech selection.